Okay. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today and taking time out of your schedule to be with us today. My name is Stacy Kohler-Dark. I'm a brand ambassador with a company called Canaway, and we represent a very premium, organic, pure quality CBD supplement. And we are here today with other fellow business partners with Canaway to talk a little further about some positive, very exciting testimonies. I'd like to introduce Gail Hickok. She's been with our company, Gail, I think since November? December?
December.
December, fabulous. And Gail, I would love to have you kind of start a little bit of a conversation with me right now on your experience using our CBD products and just kind of tell us what drew you to the product and what experience you've had with it so far.
Okay, Stacy, I'm very happy to do that. I want to start with the end. Here we want. The end is this beautiful piece of paper. As Stacy says, we have to be very careful. Compliance. It does have the name of the clinic on it and the doctor, but here is the key words right here. The date on this is December 26th, day after Christmas. It says the following, come back in 6 months, the following medications, probably shouldn't have said that, were added as new or changed. CBD oil, take 1 tablet by mouth daily. Oregon Urology Institute.
And this was from your urologist, correct?
This is from the urologist.
So
Now,
tell
how
us.
did I get to this point?
Yeah.
Okay. Early December, a very good friend of mine, Julie Nash, lives in Morgan Hill, organized a party in Cabo San Lucas. She invited 10 of us to a week stay, and we were all scheduled, ready to go. But just before I went to stop and see my doctor in Eugene, my regular doctor I've seen for years, for just a checkup. So we got to go in, we visit a bit, we do the urine sample and the blood test, and I told him I'm off and I'll see him when I get back. So we go down, have a wonderful time. Everything is great. I get home, there's a letter from the doctor. It says, you have to come and see me immediately. We have some test results. Oh, that's nice. I'm reading his letter immediately. So, of course, I zoom down there, and I'm sitting in the office. He comes in, sits down, stares me in the face, and says, I think you've got cancer, prostate cancer. Well, who wants to hear that? The big C word? What? I feel fine. What do you mean? I said, what makes you think that? He says, your PSA count. And I says, oh, I don't think I know anything about that. He said, well, it's very high. And I said, what is high? He says, 95. He says, I have to refer you to a clinic, Oregon Urology Clinic. So off I go. I don't know what to do. I'm in a daze. This is a true story. My oldest daughter, who is very religious, teaches Bible study, is going to say there's some divine intervention here. That night, that very evening, I haven't gone to the clinic yet, but I've been to the doctor, and he said you got cancer. One of my very best friends for 30 years, named Ron Hockett, lives in Hawaii. He calls me and he says, I have come across this wonderful new product that I want to share with you and see if it's something you're interested in. And I said, well, I'm in a little bit of a shock right now. I just got told I got prostate cancer. He says, oh my God. He says, I got to help you. Hold on a minute. And he gets Stacy on the phone. So now we tell her the story. I'm still in shock. Ron says, I don't care what it costs, what we do. We got to save this guy, my best friend. What are we going to send him? So, boom, they send me the gold applicator. The whole box. Wonderful stuff.
So
I
binge
get,
the gold applicator for 30 days. You came back to the doctor, and what were your results?
Well, I took it religiously, everything that Ron and you sent me, and so I sit down. I took my daughter Lisa with me to make sure I remember and I get all this story straight. So she's my witness. We sit down. He looks at me, and he's looking at the paper, and he says, "Wow," he says, I'm very happy." I said, "Why?" He says, "Your PSA is 32. 95 to 32 in 30 days." He says, "Write on this piece of paper, go home and come back, follow up in 6 months."
Well,
And
Gail, before you
wait,
get to that point, but he had to have asked you what you were doing different, right?
of course, I told him. He says,
Okay.
"I can't believe it's 32. I said, "Hey, remember when I told you about CBD? I took it religiously, and I took here's what I had. In fact, I had the thing. I had the gold applicator. I showed it to
Right.
him,
So,
and there was no question. That's why it says right here, continue to
perfect.
take CBD oil."
That's fantastic. And this is why I just want to stop you for a second, because I feel your passion and your excitement, and I love this. And this is what this is all about, is it's impacting so many lives. Can you, and just to share with everyone, the gold applicator is 120 milligrams of CBD
Right.
in the highest concentration. I truly believe that you probably would not have had those results if you were just taking any low dosage of CBD. Would you agree with that?
I agree. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Absolutely. So that's why you saw probably the drastic results. Now, thank you for sharing that testimony, because now the doctor doesn't want to see you for 6 months, and
That's right.
you're still taking religiously the gold applicator daily. So
Absolutely.
yes. So on that note, just as a disclaimer, before we move over to Michael and Geneva, as a disclaimer, every body is different. Everybody is going to respond differently to whether you're taking a pharmaceutical drug, you're taking any supplement. So we just have to make sure to withstand and withhold our compliance, and only state that this video is by no means a promise to treat, cure any disease or condition. Ed, congratulations to you, and thank you for sharing your story, Gail. We're going to move over. Stacy would like to talk and ask similar questions now to a similar situation with Michael and Geneva.
Hey guys, thanks for joining us today. I'm really excited to hear your testimony myself. I've heard little bits and pieces of it. So basically, I guess you can just kind of tell us what happened to you. Was it Michael? It's your testimony, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it's
Why don't
mine.
you go ahead and tell us your story.
Well, I finally noticed I had a lump behind my left ear, about the size of a grape. And I went to the doctor, a GP, and he sent me to an ear, nose, and throat specialist. And he tested it, took a sample, and sent it off, and it came back cancer. And finally, he made an appointment to the chemo and radiation people for me to go see. And I grew up around cancer a lot. I seen what it does, chemo and radiation to other people. And I had made my mind up, I wasn't going to do it. I mean, these people would do chemo radiation for 6 months and die anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So, and be sick the whole time. So I decided I'd take what time I had left and live it the best I could.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I did. That's what I wanted to do. And I even went to the radiation doctor and let them examine it. And I mentioned CBD to them, and they acted like I was crazy as hell.
Local head shop, and then you got on the gold applicator after that?
Yes.
Okay. And do you think that you got any results the first time around?
Yes, it was working. It was shrinking the tumor slowly, but the gold stuff kicked his ass. You know, I mean, really, it totally dissolved it. It's gone.
And how
And
much
my
were you
GP
taking
was,
per day? I'm sorry
how
to
much?
keep cutting you off. How much were you taking per day?
When I first started, I was taking it twice a day. I mean, they had, I don't know how much they tell you how much to take a half turn. I would take it twice a day to start with for about 6 months.
Okay.
And when I had it checked after 8 months, it was gone. So I cut back on how much I do now, but I still do it every day just for precaution because it's good for arthritis pain and all kinds of stuff. It's unreal.
He was taking the arthritis medicine that is now banned in a lot of places.
Oh yeah, I've been doing opioids for.
I don't think we're supposed to say opioids.
Well, I've been doing pain medicine for years, because of arthritis pain, and now I do no pain medicine at all.
Mind if I ask a quick question? I
Sure.
don't know if I heard it correctly, Geneva. How many milligrams was he taking before our gold?
Oh, it was only like 550 milligrams in the whole bottle. So he was doing about probably 30, not even 30 a day.
Right. And he didn't see nearly the response until he jumped up to our gold applicator.
Right.
At 120 milligrams.
Right.
Absolutely. And how quickly at that point did you start to drastically see from that point of taking the gold until the results that were so drastic?
Probably 4 months.
3 or 4 months, yeah. 3 or 4 months.
That's amazing, and congratulations.
That's real.
Great.
All my family said, "You're crazy. You got to do what the doctor said." I said, "I'm not. I'm going to take what time I got left and do the best I can with it." But they still don't believe me. They say I willed it. They say I willed it.
Yeah.
Well,
excellent.
I mean, I just want to applaud, both of you for coming on here and sharing your testimonies. Like we said, we can't say what it's going to do for someone else, but when you're faced with that C word, you go out and you do all the research, and this might just help somebody when they're researching to, decide to maybe take a different route. So I applaud you for taking the time out of your day to share this with us, because this, you never know who it's going to touch and who it's going to help.
Yeah, my ear and nose and throat doctor wouldn't even see me anymore after he found out what I had did.
Fabulous. That not fabulous, but I think it's fabulous for you that you don't need to see him anymore.
No, exactly.
Yeah, that's great. And if I could just end by also saying, if anybody watches this video, please go directly to the person that shared this video with you, so that they can share more on the power of CBD and the impact that it's doing for so many people. And again, just to stay in compliance, we're not here to promise, treat, cure any disease or condition. We're just showcasing a couple of very positive testimonies. And the main differentiation here is the highest concentration, pure quality. You want to look for a very legal, state and federal legal. A lot of these products from CBD now are not federally legal. And you want federal and state legal. You want organic, pure quality, free of herbicides, pesticides, chemicals, metals. There's so much of a difference out there. Just like Michael had stated, not every CBD product is created equal. So I really encourage anyone watching this video to get educated on CBD and go to the person that referred you to this video. So thank you for watching.
I'll add one more thing to that. Make sure you check the milligrams per serving, not just the bottle. You might think you're saving money, but when you break it down per serving, you're probably not. Another just key factor. I wanted to add that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you, everyone, and thank you both for sharing your testimonies with us today.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. Take care. Bye-bye.
Adios.